Hi, this is Ricky for the Film Fan Club, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I will be having a spoiler-filled review slash discussion that I filmed with some friends later on. That should be coming pretty soon. But today I'm just going to try to do this real quick to let you guys know. Now, I'm going to start this off by saying I really like this movie. I really enjoyed it, and being a fan of the books and the series as a whole, I felt like this was a satisfying conclusion. But there are minor nitpicks. There are things about this movie that weren't amazing, might have been done a bit awkwardly. Some of these things, mostly for me, involve supporting characters, side stories that weren't given enough attention that we thought may have been getting more attention, we were led to believe in earlier movies. A lot of this movie, since it is the climax, it focuses on the main characters maybe a little too much as to only showing their perspective. When it comes to certain events that take place in this movie, it only stays with them and not showcasing the event as a whole. I felt like this being an adaptation didn't take full advantage of that opportunity. All that aside, we stayed with Katniss through this whole movie, and we see her go through this new struggle as she tries to take down the Capitol and Snow once and for all. And the majority of this movie does take place in the Capitol. The siege, the rebels finally get to the Capitol and have to take down Snow and his last forces. They take District 2 in the beginning, and they begin their assault, and there's our movie. We see the assault through the eyes of Katniss. She goes on her own rogue mission to assassinate Snow, and we see her journey underground, go through various obstacles to get to her objective, and it's a very fulfilling ride. Lots of tension. Definitely feel the atmosphere. It's dark and gritty. There's of course this is a war, it's a battle, there's a lot of death going around. You feel the stakes getting higher, but you can also feel the inevitability of the rebellion. They're gonna win, right? And Snow realizes that, and he just, instead of giving up, he's like, well, I'm gonna hit them with everything I got. And he sets up the Capitol as like another Hunger Games arena, and there's traps. They're called pods. There's traps, and they're made to kill you. So seeing that ruthlessness again is intense. The acting performances in this movie are on par. They're great. Most notably from Josh Hutcherson. I wasn't expecting him to do such a great job as Peeta. He's always been a great actor, but they gave him a lot more material to work off of. He has a lot more moments to shine, and he's really showcasing his chops. And props to him. You know, he's doing a really great job. Katniss, Jennifer Lawrence, as usual. She's a perfect Katniss Everdeen. I really, it'd be a hard time seeing anyone else play her. And she's a great actress in general, also showcasing her chops as well. They have a lot of great scenes together as Peeta is recovering from his hijacking in the previous movie. There's still a lot of struggles going on. It's great to see that, and also kind of to bring him back. There's a lot of internal conflict within him. I like that he knows that he's not in control, and he's like, at various points throughout the movie, he's like, you better like restrain me. Because another thing that I really liked about this movie was the choreography, the battle sequences, the fights, very well done. I remember thinking during this an underground sequence, I remember thinking it's going to be really hard to top this the rest of the movie, because it happens somewhere in the middle, and sure enough, it's still my favorite part. The ending itself, there's a climax, and then there's more scenes, and there's another climax, and there's more scenes, and there's resolution, then there's more resolution. See, it's kind of choppy, if you will. Not necessarily in a bad way, just remember Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, that ending that lasted 40 minutes? You're going to get similar vibes. It's almost as if it doesn't know when to end. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. It may have stuck too close to the source material at the very end, leaving it kind of awkward. Once you see it, you see the situation. It may have been better if it was portrayed in a different light, altered differently. But fans of the books are surely going to enjoy that, sticking very close to the source material. But casual movie fans may leave thinking it was a bit awkward and leave saying some rude remarks. That's just what I heard. Also, another comment, something going around, is that this movie may have been too dark, too gritty, too mature, considering it's targeted towards younger audiences. But this is a series with very adult themes. You hear the premise of teenagers in a fighting pit, like an arena, killing each other. You're not expecting to see some sort of teen drama romance. You know, this is a very serious story that Suzanne Collins is telling, and it finally getting to that point, the breaking point of where there's all-out war. It's inevitable. You know, sure, there's lighthearted themes spread throughout, but this is what it is. And I heard someone in the theater behind me say, they said, this is a kid's movie. Like, they were in shock that all this was happening right now. Because there's some things that are definitely scary and definitely dark about this movie. It's an intense situation. And it's not for kids at all. This is a war movie. All in all, I really enjoyed this movie. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. I would give it more just because I'm a fan of the book and I really enjoyed seeing this on screen. But as, you know, as for film, 8.5. I'm sure there's people that are going to give it 10s, 9s. People, it's going to be all over the place. But this is definitely a must-see whether you're a fan of the books or not. So when you do watch it, I'm going to be doing a longer spoiler review / discussion. We're going to expand on some things we did and didn't like, what could have been different from a book reader's perspective and from a casual moviegoer's perspective. For now, that was my review of The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Stay tuned for more. You can find me on Twitter at rickety_rockety and Instagram at ricksaucedo.